Good morning. It is September the 8th, 2014, and you can see the sky is just a dark, hazy, gray. I would believe that there's a fire somewhere. I was watching a video last night because I kept seeing clouds in the sky glowing. And they were away from the sun. They were in the west, the east, the north hemisphere of the sky. And the sun had already set. So why were these clouds still in the air, flaming red, after the sun is gone down? Now, I've seen it in sunsets from the reflection of the water. Seen that thousands of times, and yes, that's very normal. I agree. But it's not normal when it's just floating in the sky after the sun sets and the clouds are still this glowing mass. And it's not normal that we have solar radiation blocking the sun every morning. In our oceans, they're going away from chemtrails. They got all these people fighting for chemtrails and they're awakening, but in the past 4 years that I've been fighting this, they've shifted to a new, Mississippi and NASA has one. They're giant engines that make what they call Chembombs. And they can launch these things. They can go out in the ocean. They literally run off of water. They're like jet engines that run off of mostly ocean water. But you have to understand something. There's areas of your ocean that are completely toxic. There was a guy, this is 10 years ago. He was taking this fine net mesh and he was trying to get the plankton out of the ocean. And there was more microscopic plastic in the ocean than there was plankton or brine or shrimp. It's unbelievable. Our oceans are so polluted, so you can literally go in the middle of the ocean and create with these jet engines in the water, Chembombs. It turns into this dark, hazy mist. Not like this. I'm talking about this hazy, dark cloud that you can't see airplanes flying. And what they're doing is they move these systems over you, and then all of a sudden you hear this crazy thunder with HAARP weapons. It's like a crackling sound, like a ripping sound. Not like the thunder that I used to know. But this is like a ripping sound. And all of a sudden, there's these acid rains that fall on you. And it's literally flesh-eating. There's so much bacteria and viruses. Right now, I'm walking in wet water. It's early in the morning. And there's literally a flesh-eating virus in the grass. This is not red bugs that are burning my legs off. No. This is a virus or a bacteria that is affecting your acid mantle. And when you wash with soaps, you wash off that acid mantle and they can attack your skin. All of your soaps now have antibacteria. Well, you need the bacteria, people. Everything in your life is poisoned. Your sky, everything. I'm watching this movie. Well, not this movie, this television show. It's called Utopia. And, you know, I watch these things objectively because I'm like, what is the Illuminati up to now? How are they mind-altering the sheeple now? So they put together these people that obviously have separate backgrounds. They're all from different beliefs, different walks of life. And these people, as soon as I saw it, within 5 minutes of watching it, I went on Facebook and I said, okay, this is a failure waiting to happen. This is how the Illuminati laugh at us and how stupid we are. That's what they're doing. They're doing reality shows to just, they sit back and they go, oh my God, is that guy stupid? And it's unbelievable. And you people are watching it like, oh, this is cool. No, it's not. You're being laughed at and mocked by the Illuminati is what you're being done. Because they're watching you fight and and try to bring law and order to yourselves, and you're from all walks of life, and they've divided and separated you already. They've created this division of rednecks and people from the ghetto and people from spiritual realms and people that live in hate and fear that just recently been through a divorce. One girl so frantic, she's just psychotic. She sits and she's naked, which I don't see a problem with that, but she was at the table, okay, and this guy, he was an alcoholic. And I said in my Facebook post, I said, well, during half of the show, they're going to have to get bailed out. Well, they didn't even go through half of the first program that I watched, and there was already an ambulance coming to get a guy for alcoholism. So obviously they can't live without the government, is what I'm trying to tell you. And so there's this one lady, she's sitting there, and she obviously wants to sleep with this tall guy because she's freakishly tall. And there's this one, and he was drunk and he was being obnoxious. And she says, well, he has to go, because she sees him with another woman. This other woman was attracted to him. And all of a sudden, when the other woman disappears, and she obviously wants to sleep with him, now he can stay. I mean, they're psychotic. They're mentally deranged, these people. They're so separated from truth, it's unbelievable. And I saw it immediately. I said, well, she's mad at him because he won't sleep with her. And that's I could see it right away. I've seen it in my life. If I don't want to sleep with a woman, they hate you. If I don't want to marry them, they hate you. Forever. They live in the realm of hate and fear. So, you don't think I've been rejected by women? I don't hate them because they reject me? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. And I watch people do it with me. Well, I'm sorry, but I just don't see a similarity in our personalities. And boom, all of a sudden they turn into demons and they hate you guts and they're slandering you. They're breaking every law that God has ever created. So, here we are. Our sky, our water, everything's changed. And we have some people aware and some people that just don't know nothing. And no matter what you tell them, they're just not going to listen. And what's so amazing is these people with the Bible, and they're holding it to their chest. And I'll tell you, the Bible has a lot of fiction and it has a lot of reality. I don't dislike the Bible. I don't dislike Jesus. I just don't believe in worshiping Jesus as a pagan god. Naked man hanging on a cross. And I don't eat his body and I don't drink his blood. But I believe in the stories. I believe in Job. I believe in Jesus. I believe in Moses and Noah and the stories that are representing who we are and what we're supposed to do in our lives. They're laying down your foundation. If you walk in the footsteps of these men, you will be saved and you will know the light of truth and you'll be with the Father in heaven. Now, if you worship them, I'm sorry, but you're doing the wrong thing. In my opinion, and I have the right to that opinion. My opinion doesn't come from a Bible, it doesn't come from a video, it doesn't come from my friends. My opinion comes from prayer. And I don't pray to the God, Satan, I pray to the Father in heaven. And I've been able to do this all my life. I see this separation, ice bucket challenges, utopia. They're mocking you. They're making you do these rituals. Even here in New Orleans, our mayor that was consumed by the weather modification warfare called Katrina, to where there was a shift in politicians, they were exchanged. The halfway good went out with the really bad. And they pretend like they're good, but their secret agendas are very hidden and covered up. I can see them. I can see exactly what they're doing. They're building the police force. They're building, put it this way, they're building Marxism. They're building fascism. And they know it. They're very aware. That's why they're convincing you to dump ice on your head as a pagan ritual. I don't know what happens when you dump the ice on your head, but I know one thing. They're trying to see who are the sheeple and who are the people. That's obvious on Facebook. It's very obvious. I could see the little questionnaires. Tell me what you see in this picture. You know, it's a test. They're testing you. You can't see that. I know. I've taken these management tests. And when you pass these management tests, they don't like you. They separate you from society, and they hate your guts. That's obvious. I've witnessed it. So when you're aware and you're an awakened conscious person, there is a group of people that control the banks, they control the money, they control the oil, they control the wealth in this country, that they hate your guts. But that's good. It's not a bad thing that you're separated from money. You see, God is in control. God allows them to bring this evil to your life, to where you think it's evil, but it's not. Let me tell you, when they come in your life and they steal your money, they rob your family, they steal your children, they taunt you, they haunt you, they harass you, they gang stalk you, constantly. Just hate and fear, everywhere you go. If you really understand the true Father in heaven, you're on a path to enlightenment. And those possessions that were taken from you, even your own children, the only way you're going to get them back is to follow the light. Not to be tempted. What is Facebook? They're testing you. They're trying to find your weaknesses. They know that you still have this chromosome that exists within God as they manipulated your DNA throughout your life history. Not just when you were born, but when your grandparents and grandparents were born. Back in the days of Jesus, Noah, they've been manipulating the gene of humanity. We have no idea what the original humans look like. The God-created humans of Adam and Eve. We have no idea. They might have hair on them. They might be hominids, like Lloyd Pye says. Who cares what they look like? What you have to care about is that you have a recessive gene in your body that questions authority. You seek truth. You've seeked it all your life. The gene's been in your body your whole life. You've tried to fit into society and you never could. You're being separated from the sheeple. But you're the real people. You're the real rulers. You're the real managers of society. This society is going to shift. I don't know what's happening to this planet. I don't know. I know that they're planning a great deception. I know that chaos is coming. Tidal waves pursue 7 plagues of the planet. They're hitting us. And they're not coming to us in the realm of love of God and the Father in heaven. They're coming to us from the Satan God. The Lord God Satan. That's who's doing this. So, now, why is he doing it? It's just like in the days of Noah. They're separating the people of truth. I don't believe Noah was the only one that survived the flood. I'm sorry. It's a metaphor. It's a story. And they changed the story by, he's the only one. No. They were others. Put it this way, there was people that, listen, right now you're rising to the light. You're doing that right now. When you're seeking truth, you can see chemtrails, fracking, smart meters, you're fighting for a cause. You're fighting for something that really means something, that you can see as an attack on humanity. You're fighting for this right now, right? So you're awakening. You're rising to the light. You can rise, but you can fall. That's what a fallen angel is. You're rising. These are not winged creatures that existed on the planet. I don't know. Maybe that's who humanity was. Maybe we were winged creatures. I don't know. Maybe that was the original humans. I don't know. I used to have dreams that I could fly all the time. So maybe we were. Maybe the recessive gene that is in us is an angel. I don't know. I have no clue. And the gene that's in them is some kind of lizard. But I know that they're not you. And you have to separate yourself. And as these tests that you take on Facebook, you're going to rise to the light and they're going to tempt you within these tests. The Ice Bucket Challenge is a perfect example. Did you dump ice on your head? Well, were you rising to the light and all of a sudden somebody convinced you to dump ice on your head? Think about it. Because I promise you, if you dump the ice on your head, you have taken a few steps down. I don't know what happens to you, but I know one thing. You have separated yourself from the light. You've taken some steps down, and now you got to get back up again. You've fallen a little bit. Now you got to get back up. Because that's a pagan ritual, my friend. When I see Isis in the news, Isis, the goddess Isis, they worship these gods. Pagan gods, Venus, El, Dagon, Saturn, sun god worship. You see it everywhere. All the corporations have it. Your government has it. So are you going to choose the pagan gods, or are you going to choose the Father in heaven? This war between good and evil, this mystic type war that's going on, the separation of humanity, it's the same thing that they did in the Nazis. The people that were shot and killed were the people of God and truth. That's my belief. The people who stayed behind were the robotic people of society. They were unaware of what they're doing. These people that were shot and killed, they refuse to bow down to the kings. Same thing's happening in our society in America today. It hasn't gotten to the complete Marxism or fascism yet, but it will. It's rising. You can see it on Hollywood. They're rising. You can see Hollywood and politicians all gathering together, getting you to dump ice on your head or a fire challenge. You see them doing it. And you see people like Robin Williams that say, wait a minute, I can't do this. I can't. I can't turn my back on humanity. I can't cut my wings off. I can't fall. So they kill him. You see people like Joan Rivers saying that Michelle Obama is half man, half woman. She's a mix. Next thing you know, she goes to the Serpent, the Strangling the Tree of Life hospital, and she dies by complications. No, my friend, somebody killed her in the hospital. So, this war between good and evil is existing. That's why Joan Rivers didn't get the job with Johnny Carson, my friend. Wasn't that she was better or worse than Jay Leno, just Jay Leno was more of a puppet. He was willing to serve the god of Dagon, El, Saturn, the Luciferian type Marxism, Hitlerism society. So he got the job, and Joan Rivers didn't. I know, I worked in the corporate field. You can question my authority if you've never been there, but that's just stupidity. And I'm telling you that it's real. When you pass these management tests, just like that movie Divergent, watch it. When you pass these tests, I've taken these management tests, they exist in our society today. It's not a futuristic world of Divergent, it exists today. Fictional television is reality, I'm telling you. It's more reality than your news. Your news is 100% lies. The fictional television is telling you what's happening to your life right now. But if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you. You have to awaken. You can't fall. And even you people that are watching this video and you're saying, yes, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's been there, and I believe in him. What you're doing is you're rising. You can fall. You can fall, I'm telling you. You're an angel that's rising to the light, but you can fall just like the rest of them. Just like the fallen angels that rule our planet today. And you're going to be tempted. That's what I believe Hollywood is made up of. People that have tried to rise to the light, and they fell, and Satan gave them and promised them something great. But I'm telling you, look, so what? These Hollywood people got money, and they got to sit on a stage and be worshipped by the sheeple. Do you really want to be worshipped by a bunch of sheeple? Is that what you want? Or do you want to sit at the right hand of the Father of the light and be able to travel from star system to star system at the speed of thought? The powers that you're going to have when you move into the realm of the light is just unbelievable. It's 1 billion times more than Brad Pitt or Angela Jolie Satanistic rituals. movies. He reenacts all the movies of the presidents. And everything that the president's done, he made a movie out of it. And he's actually related to the presidents, by the way. Obama and Bush, he's related. And so is Angela Jolie. That's why he left Jen, this beautiful woman, for this fake monster. So I'm sorry, I look at her and I don't see a beautiful woman. Now, Jennifer Aniston, I see a beautiful woman. And I'm going to type and see if Jennifer Aniston did the ice bucket challenge, but I don't think she did. And I'll bet she'll wind up dead because she's not going to conform. There are people in Hollywood that will not conform, I'm telling you. And they're going to be killed. And it's very real. Joan Rivers, Robin Williams, Heath Ledger, I can go on and on forever. Bruce Lee, let's keep going back. It just carries back. These people don't conform to the secret societies. Bruce Lee didn't conform to the secret society of the Chinese world, and it exists over there too. It's not just America. It's all over the planet. So you Freemasons that are sitting there going, hating blacks and whites, well, there's people over in China hating those races over there too. You're just doing the same thing they're doing. And what you're really doing is you're taking the people who should be in control, who should be in power, the real leaders that God placed on this planet, and you're quietening them. You're silencing their life. You're stepping on them. But what you're really doing is stepping on your own toes. Because those people, if you wouldn't have stepped on them, would have risen you towards the light of truth. And you would be so much happier than you are today. You wouldn't be a pedophile. You wouldn't be all these raping children and killing children rituals, you know, cutting chickens' heads off. I don't know what you're wearing, capes. Never telling people about your secret society. Secrets, secrets, secrets. Let me tell you, Satan has secrets. Jesus was just a man who just told truth to everyone. And if you're in a secret society, just the first word, secret society, tells you that you're satanic. Thanks for listening.